Hi, my name is Kaushal Khanna and I'm your facilitator. Today we will discuss about retail banking and its product. So first we need to understand what is retail banking. Now retail banking in a common man language is basically a consumer banking. So it is actually you can say it as in consumer banking or in personal banking, which is the provision of services by the bank to the general public. So we often describe it as in wholesale banking, wherein the services like transaction accounts, mortgages, personal loans, various transactions, or the basically it you can say that these are the retail banking basically is banking through the branch channel wherein the consumer can fulfill their financial needs. So we will also understand what are the different products. So majorly, what we are aware about the products are the bank accounts. So bank accounts, when we say these bank accounts can be savings accounts, they can be your recurring deposit accounts, they can be your current accounts also. Then you have credit cards, then you have your loans, sorry, then you have your lockers, and basically you also have different deposit services like you have fixed deposits, you have recurring deposits, and you also have your lockers other than your liability needs, which is like more of your deal in the cash or card. You can also avail certain asset services of the organizations, which is loan, sorry, of the banking, which is loan. So it is like auto loans, unsecured personal loans, and there are different loans which basically are being provided by the bank nowadays to facilitate a general public to meet their financial needs. Now, what are the alternatives to retail banking? We also need to understand that in case the retail banking, although as in consumer banking, it makes it easier for an individual to handle their finances, but they are not the only type of banks. There are certain services for which you must rely, or maybe there are different type of banks which do not offer the retail banking. Like we have central banks. So central banks basically they act as a financial agent for the central government, and they manage the entire nation's supply and international reserves. Similarly, then we have commercial banks and which focus on the business customers. So they offer the services that the retail customers use for business purposes, such as checking, savings, and loans account. Then we have investment banks. These banks basically help to operate the financial markets. Now we also need to understand accordingly that which are the regulatory bodies in the financial market. So very prominently, three regulatory bodies are there in this financial market. So very first, which is basically taking care of the insurance products known as IRDA, which is the Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. So, as this name suggests, it is primarily taking care of all the insurance policies. So, the entire norms of the insurance companies are led and governed by this IRDA. Then, second, we have FEMA, which is the Foreign Exchange Management Act. So, just to make you understand that since India has good number of foreign banks also, like we have Citibank, we have Standard Chartered, we have American Express, it is very important to understand how do these banks operate in India. Now, as Indian banks are governed by RBI, which is the Reserve Bank of India, similarly, the foreign banks also need an guidelines or the policies which are laid down by FEMA, which is Foreign Exchange Management Act, in order to govern themselves. So, other than RBI, FEMA is the another governing body which is helping the foreign banks to operate in India. So these are the two prime bodies which are basically helping this financial industry, and we also need to understand what is the retail banking and what is the difference of retail banking with the commercial banking. Now, since retail banking focuses on the personal bank accounts and commercial banks are focusing on the businesses. So basically, when we talk about the key takeaways, the retail banking offer bank accounts and basic financial services to the individual customers. These services include savings account, loans, credit cards, cash deposits, withdrawals, and an n number of different bank services. Retail banks make money by loaning your deposit funds and basically lending them in the form of a loan, and of course they charge interest on that. Now, as we have discussed the products, we will understand more in detail what are the typical banking services which are offered by the retail banking system. So, as we spoke that the prime product is for the accounts which are savings account, which can be your current accounts, which can be your checking accounts. Then you have your debit cards which are linked to your savings account. Then you have your credit cards. You may have travelers check. You have mortgages. You have personal loans. You have money market accounts. You have sweep accounts. So and you have basically this individual retirement accounts also. Then you have NRI NROs accounts also, the non-resident Indian accounts. We also need to understand, it is also important for us to understand what are the subtypes of these retail banks. So when we talk about subtypes of these retail banks, it is basically the community development bank, and they are regulated banks that provide financial services and credit to the underserved market. So private banks basically they manage the assets for the high net worth individuals, so which we call as HNI customers. I hope I'm making myself clear, and if in case if anybody has a question, you may please raise your hands. Okay. So I will move on to the another subtype of retail banks, which is offshore banks. So these offshore banks are the banks which are located in the jurisdiction of the low taxation and regulations. Saving banks accept saving depositors, and there are postal savings banks also, which are basically, as the name suggests, they are the saving banks which are associated with the national postal systems. Now, we also need to understand what is actually a bank. Since we have discussed what is retail banking, very important for us to understand what is actually a bank. Now, a bank is a financial institution that accepts the deposits from the public and creates a demand deposits. In a very simple language, or if I say in a common man's language, your funds, the banks will collect your funds in terms of savings account, fixed deposits, recurring deposits, current accounts, and those funds are being utilized, accumulated, and given as loans. So basically, banks lend your money to other people in order to meet their financial needs, and they charge interest on that. So you will have to understand that the how this financial cycle moves. So it is that you deposit your money into your savings account or fixed amount, and you are given a certain amount of interest on that. Similarly, your money is being lended to a different community in terms of loans, and a higher rate of interest is charged. So basically what a bank is earning, that portion of interest. So let's say for example, uh, I am a ICICI bank, and I offer you 6% rate of interest per annum on your fixed deposits. So I say that you have to keep an X number of amount with me for 1 year, and I'll be able to give you 6% interest on that. Now the N number of amount that you have deposited. Similarly, there might be different 100 other customers who have deposited the amount for 1 whole year. So for 1 whole year, let's say if I have a corpus for 1 crore. So if I am lending that 1 crore to somebody and I am charging 9% of the rate of interest. So that means that the 3% rate of interest is the bank's benefit. I hope I am clear now. Thank you so much. Okay. So basically, we have to understand that since due to importance of the banks and the financial stability of the country, most jurisdictions exercise a high degree of regulations over the bank. And as I told you, who is the governing body for the bank is RBI, the one and the only regulatory authority for banks. Thank you so much. So with this, we will come to an end for our session. In case if you have any questions, you may please ask.